those legs up. Good, good. Watch your line. Straight legs. Beautiful. Good. All right. Look, you grew them, you lift them. Come on. Jessica, that's wonderful. Oh, my darling.
Hurry up! We're gonna go!
I had a bad feeling about this case. A lot of that had to do with the director, Renee. But I might as well start from the beginning. He said the police didn't have a lead on the murder of Jessica, star of his latest production, Clues. I'm Maxwell Diggs, private eye. Diggs digs deeper. To prevent another murder, I was going to have to stay as objective as possible. I know the cast pretty well, especially Tanya, Jessica's understudy. Renee and I tied one on the night before, and I ran into him at the airport. That night, we talked a lot about life. We seemed to see things in a similar way. That's why he picked me. However, like it or not, he's one of my primary suspects. He's a talented guy, and he knows it. But I did some snooping around and found out that he and Jessica were making X-rated films.
Okay, very good. And lift. Keep those legs up. All right. Oh,
I figured maybe she wanted to get out of the business, but he wouldn't let her.
Wonderful. Right home to your mother.
Renee wouldn't let anyone stand in his way. That made him very successful, but unstable.
What is it, Diggs? Back to you. I'm a busy man. Look, you're doing great, honey. You're doing fantastic. Look, I gotta talk to Diggs for a second.
Renee? Hey, Renee?
I didn't like the way he treated women either.
Just wait right over there and I'll be right with you, okay? Thanks.
Renee thought he was God's gift, but he was a user.
Good. All right, now, so, okay, up, all right, and around, here we go. Nothing to it, huh? It's your turn, Kevin.
Suspect number 2 was Kevin, male lead. He and Renee had a lot in common. They both danced with Joffrey, and they both were manipulators. Jessica had been Kevin's squeeze, but her body wasn't even cold, and he acted like she never existed. So what was my job? I had to wade through this human cesspool and perform a service for the woman I love. To protect Tanya. Once Jessica's stand-in, now she's a rising star.
Tanya, can you come here a sec? I gotta talk to you.
See, they were perfect doubles. And since the killer fired from the balcony, 75 feet away, I wondered if he shot the right girl. Maybe the slug was really meant for Tanya.
just don't know what you want from me, Maxwell.
She didn't realize how much I cared, but I remembered special moments when we were together in a love I thought was true. I guess she wanted more.
What is it that you really want from me, Maxwell?
But there was no time for small talk.
Maxwell?
I hoped this wouldn't take long. And it wasn't long before I found my first clue. A simple pack of matches.
I've been investigating your love, and you're guilty in the first degree. One man's offered you his kiss, but you refused him. Now he's crazy. Yes, he's worried, he's frightened, he's desperate and sad to be alive without you. He's gone crazy over you. He's so crazy over you. So watch out, he's waiting. Look up, you'll see him aiming for your heart.
Something was wrong. Renee told me the police were at a dead end, but I was finding clues everywhere. I'd have to consider more suspects. The stagehands, they were always in the background. One of them could have been making a play for her, and maybe he got shot down. Then there was Sam, Jessica's roommate. She was a good dancer, too. Perhaps too good. Was Sam angry because Jessica got the lead? Let's not forget Larry either. The janitor offered to drive her home that night. It sounded like he wanted to do her a favor, but he probably hoped she would help him get a job. And when he found out she wouldn't, took his revenge. I grilled them all and tried to concentrate with Tanya in front of me, dancing with that jackass, Kevin. Her answers were pretty out there, like she was living in her own little world. Renee and Kevin just left before the shots rang out. Renee drove Kevin downtown to pick up his car. That meant they both had alibis. Someone slipped away, though.
So I'll be your private eye. Stop this madman before he gets to you. It's a sad triangle. He loves you so, and I'm in the middle. What is the motive for his madness? Why can't he just live on without you? He's gone crazy over you. I'm so crazy over you. So watch out, he's waiting. Look up, you'll see him aiming for your heart. So watch out, he's waiting. Look up, you'll see him aiming for your heart.
This was weird. I was going in circles. Someone's protecting someone. When I started getting close, everyone clammed up. I hoped they'd offer me something besides rumors and lies, but no. They weren't interested. They didn't care. All they could think about was sex and dancing.
You guys are right in the forefront. Right now, every one of you.
You're crazy.
Every single one of you.
What's the matter with you?
You don't believe me? I've had it. I've had it.
It came to me, finally, though. I tried not to face it. I realized when I sat down to collect my thoughts what was really going on. The stage had been bare until she appeared out of nowhere and started dancing just for me. She must have known how I'd feel watching her at the end of the stage. Why was she doing this? What was her game? It became painfully clear who had gained the most from this tragedy. Tanya. No, that had to be it. But to be sure, I had to see it all again, from the balcony. Even Tanya could have hit Jessica from here. There was plenty of light. She could have steadied the gun on the railing. I was protecting the murderer. But she wouldn't get away with it. I let her know how I felt and I split.
Lies, you little tease.
I had to calm down before I went to the police.
What a bunch of phonies. Wish I'd never met her.
Maybe in the quiet of my office I could sort things out. There was also a dim hope that I missed something. I owed Tanya a final chance. Somehow I had to find the courage to look at the evidence one more time. Was there something I had missed? I needed a drink. Maybe the program would jog my memory. The warmth of the brandy helped me to face things, to remember things. I remember the night before the murder when Renee and I confessed our love for Tanya. I remembered him telling me if he couldn't have her, he'd die. But I did die every time she looked at me. There was something else. It was starting to come back, but I didn't want to know what it was. I felt sad, guilty, but at the same time relieved. It kept coming closer, and I didn't like the shape it took because there was another suspect, one I hadn't counted on, and it was me. I got drunk with Renee the night before the murder and woke up 3 days later. I guess I had a motive too, the oldest excuse of all. But was it possible? The newspapers are full of it, but me? I couldn't have done it. It couldn't be me because I was in love. Even though it hurt. Even though wanting someone so much had driven me to the point where
He's so crazy over you. Yes, he's crazy over you. I've gone crazy over you. He's so crazy over you. Now I'm crazy over you. He's so crazy over you. I've gone crazy over you.
driven. Drive. That's it. Renee drove Kevin downtown to pick up his car, and he drove back alone. It explained everything. Why he got me drunk, why I found all the clues. I'd been set up. And there was no time to lose. Rehearsal was almost over, and when it ended, he would finish the job.
He's so crazy over you.
I'd been fooled, blinded by love, and all the time, Renee was leading me around like a child, preying on me, using my sacrifice and devotion against me. But it wouldn't, because I saw everything clear now, because I realized now that love does conquer all, and a sick mind can't twist it into hatred and death. The play was almost over, and the killer would be there again, in the darkness of the balcony, and I would make sure he never killed again.
What?
Up in the balcony!
What's going on?
He's there!
What?
Run! Stop!